What's up, everybody? This is Carolina Mike, your host for SharePoint in 60 seconds, where you get the information you need right up front, and if you want more, stick around for a step-by-step walkthrough. Today, we're going to tell you everything you need to know about the new sharing experience in Microsoft 365 and SharePoint and Word and all that stuff. Stick around!
I'm a SharePoint expert, play with data extra, careful with my hands cause I gotta use them for work. Yeah, I'm a big old nerd, I like maple syrup, on my pancakes, I don't care what you heard.
Okay, let's go ahead and get that timer, please. Alright, here we go. Basically, this is what happens with the new experience. Let's say you go hit that share button and you want to share it with Steve, and you know Steve doesn't have access, but you want to grant Steve access, and you don't want to have to worry that Steve's going to forward this all over the company, because maybe your default is that everybody in the company could read and edit. So you're going to give Steve access, and then you're just going to invite Steve, and it's going to grant him direct access, but no sharing link is going to get created, so you're not oversharing. Stick around so we can actually talk about this and break it down step by step. Alright, here we go. Alright, so let's break this down and talk about how this is drastically different than the previous experience. Before I do that though, I want to continue the process and actually show you how this will manifest itself after we do invite this person who does not have prior access to the file. So to continue that, well, first we're going to just double check to see, okay, one person, 4 groups, and Steve is not one of those people or in any of those groups. So we're going to go ahead and fire off that invite. Now let's watch what happens. We get a little confirmation, pretty slick, and let's go back into share, and if we hover back over here, now we'll see 2 people. That's because Steve had no prior access, and the system granted him access so that he could do what needs to be done. Alright, now, in the past, the act of inviting Steve would have generated a sharing link based off of the default sharing option that has been set for the site. And in this particular site, the default sharing option is set for everybody within the system to be able to, with that link, to be able to see it and make changes. Now, you might ask yourself, well, what happens if this gets sent out to someone who already has access? Great, they'll be able to get in with the link that is sent to them, but there will not be a particular sharing link created. So, in the old version, anytime you shared with someone or invited someone, a sharing link was getting created, and if that sharing link by default is not what you desire, then you'd have to go into the link settings and adjust that. You could take it down to people with existing access, people you choose. The big difference here, again, is that just the act of inviting someone to the file, regardless of their current prior access, it's just going to add them as a direct access user to this file instead of creating a sharing link that, that person could then forward. So, for example, let's say, Steve had no access. Steve gets a link in the email that's going to go after we click invite, and Steve sends it over to Billy Bob. But we don't want Billy Bob to be able to see that file. So if the default sharing link was everybody within the tenant, then Billy Bob would be able to open the file from that link. Well, the new version prevents that from happening. So regardless of what the default sharing link is, whoever you type in here is going to get direct access if they don't already have access. If they already have access, then nothing changes. They just get a link. It'll work for them. Now, you might be asking, well, when do sharing links get created? My experience, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong, my experience with this new experience is that a sharing link gets created after you click on copy link. So right now this is the default, If we want to copy a link that it will work to that effect, then we just click on copy link. If we don't like those settings, we can go adjust them to our liking. Click apply, and this is where you will get the error. So let's go with, let's try and add someone who does not have access and copy a link. So it's only supposed to work for people with existing access. So if we copy the link, we get the warning that the recipient you entered doesn't have permission to access the item. So we have to change it to someone who already has access. So if we go in and change it to someone who already does have access, let's do this. And we're going to go to link settings. Yep, people with existing access. Now let's copy the link. It allows us to copy that link. So now that we have copied links, if we go to manage access, we can see, let's see here, links, still no sharing link. Okay, that's because we were on people with existing access. In that case, you just grab the URL from the address bar. But let's say we change to people you choose. And we click on apply, and we go to copy link. There we go, we have the link. And if we go to manage access, we can see right here, there is a link. It says that it's for people that we specify, that I specify, and this is who is on that list of people. Okay. Alternatively, I could go in here and change it back to people in Malloy Solutions, apply, and then copy link, and we can go back to manage access. And now there are two links. You get the idea. If you want to get rid of these, you can get rid of them just as easily. I mean, that's it in a nutshell, but it really kind of turns things on its ear, at least for me. I was so used to, having whatever the default was, create a sharing link. And that explains why now the text that you used to see saying how the sharing link was going to work, that text has been removed, which now it makes sense. At first I was wondering, well, why did they remove the text? I like to be able to see how that default sharing link is going to work. Well, you're not going to be creating sharing links unless you actually copy the link. All right, hopefully this answers some questions for you. Thank you to everyone out there for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you like about this new experience, what you dislike. Do you like the old experience better? Curious to see what you all think. Remember, do the very best you can with what you got. SharePoint rocks, and so do you. We'll see you next time.
I'm a SharePoint expert, play with data extra. Careful with my hands, cause I gotta use them for work. Yeah, I'm a big old nerd. I like maple syrup on my pancakes. I don't care what you heard.